Hello future CA, welcome back to my channel again. So if you are preparing for the CA Inter Advanced Accounting, this video is extremely important for you. So recently the ICAI has conducted a webinar sharing the key preparation strategies, common mistakes and smart exam techniques for scoring high in advanced accounting. So in this video I will summarize the most important insight from that webinar. The exact things you should do if you want to target 70 plus marks in advanced accounting. So make sure you watch this video till the end because these tips can genuinely make a difference in your scores. Also guys, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe for more CA exam related strategies, guidance and tips. So the first point discussed in this webinar was some essential tips were given for studying accounting standards. So let's see what are these. So tip number 1 is to create concise notes. So as you are studying the accounting standard, write down the conceptual notes for each of the AS and highlight the key principles, scope of the AS, recognition criteria and measurement criteria, presentation guidelines for quick reference. So this will help you in revision purpose one day before the exam. Tip number 2. Practice applications. So work through the application based questions regularly to understand how the standards apply in real world scenarios and exam situations. So go through your study materials, mock test paper, revision test paper, previous year suggested answers and model test papers as well. And then tip number 3 is focus on critical AS. So go through the section wise weightages and check which standards are more important and then focus on those first. So emphasize standards related to financial statement disclosures because most of the times those are frequently tested in the exam. So in the BOS knowledge portal in the section wise weightages you can see which standard comprises of the highest weightage and you can study those standards first. So tip number 4, use the ICAI official material. So you can rely on the ICAI study material and also stay updated with the latest amendments and clarifications, if any issued by the institute. Then tip number 5 is you can create flowcharts for your revision purpose. So this will help in making the complex standards easier for retention and understanding. So for example, you can use Saransh for this purpose. So this will help during the revision phase. So the next important point discussed in the webinar was a 45-day revision plan was given. So actually almost around 45 days is pending right now for the exam. So the following was suggested. From day 1 to day 15, you have to concentrate on foundation building. That is complete all the high weightage chapter with comprehensive theory coverage plus intensive numerical practice. Hence, this leads to strong conceptual foundation. Don't ignore the theory part. For all the chapters, first go through the theory and then solve the questions. Then from day number 16 to day number 30, this will be your practice phase. So solve all the past year papers, RTPs, MTPs, model test papers and your case scenario booklet. So revise all the accounting standards thoroughly with practical application. Then from day 31 to day 40, target weak areas. So identify and focus on intensively weak topics and tricky problems. Seek clarifications on doubt and refine problem solving speed. So it is very important to write fast and legibly in the exam. Hence in your preparation stage itself you have to try to write fast. Then day number 41 to 45 exam simulation. So take full-length mock tests under timed conditions, analyze performance and work on time management and polish exam techniques. So consistency beats cramming. So do not just rote learn everything. Stick to daily goals and maintain steady progress throughout your preparation journey. So guys, I would like to tell you that based on these lines itself, I have prepared a study planner for CA Inter both groups May 2026 exam and this contains day-wise slots. So the PDF link of the same has been attached in the description as well as in the pinned comments. Please do check it out. So this plan will help you achieve complete syllabus coverage in 44 days, balanced preparation for both groups. And it also has daily subject-wise timetable, and there are also slots for practicing the MCQ from case scenario booklet. And it also has smart revision cycle, and there is dedicated slot for mock test paper practice plus analyzing the mock test paper, and also proper time allocation between theory and practical subject. So every day we have tried to cover one theory subject, one practical subject. And this planner will help you to reduce last minute stress, and it will also help you to achieve targets, and it will also help you to avoid procrastination. So day-wise study slots are there, subject-wise, and also this will help you to avoid burnouts in a structured way. So the slots are designed in such a manner that you will not get burned out as well. And also first you will be concentrating on the high weightage topics, then you will attempt the mock test papers. So this ensures timely revision, prioritizing the high weightage topics, and also realistic daily targets are given. Hence this will prevent burnout as well. So consistency plus structure will lead to rank level preparation. So if you want clarity instead of confidence, and if you do not want last minute stress and confusion, please check out the PDF study planner from the link given in the description and the pinned comments. Now let's see the next part, what was discussed in this webinar. So next, presentation skills for descriptive answer was discussed. So one important point here is clear structure. So begin your answers with clear headings and logical subheadings that will guide the examiner through your response. So if you write the headings and subheadings correctly, it will be easier for the examiner to understand. And then the next point is neat handwriting. So use legible handwriting, and if time permits, underline key points, formulas and important terms for visual emphasis. And the next important point is show workings. So display step-by-step calculation for numerical problems. Because even if your last answer is wrong, that is if your final answer is incorrect, still if you have written in step-by-step method, you will get marks at least for the steps which are right. And the next key point is highlight the answer. So as I mentioned earlier, box or underline the final answer to clearly make them instantly visible to the examiner during evaluation. So basically clarity and structure impress examiners and can significantly impact your scoring, especially in descriptive sections. Now coming to the most important part of this webinar, that is the commonly committed errors during the past exam. So please note this down so that you do not commit these errors in your exam. So the first error is ignoring the MCQ practice. So 30 marks are from MCQ, and these are very crucial for overall success. And there is no negative marking also. So regular practice improves speed, accuracy and confidence in the MCQs. So as I mentioned earlier, in the PDF study plan which I have prepared, there is a separate dedicated slots for daily MCQ practice as well. The second commonly committed error is overlooking amendments. So the recent changes in the accounting standard and company accounts are frequently tested. So stay updated with the latest circulars and notifications from the ICAI. So these circulars and notifications, you can find it on the BOS knowledge portal itself. Then the third error is poor time allocation. So most of the times it was noticed that students spend long time on one question. Because of this, there is no time left for others. So ensure while practicing itself, you practice time-bound solving and allocate minutes proportionate to marks. So when you are practicing in your home itself, if there is any question for like 15 marks, you have to allocate like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And you have to solve the answer within that time itself. So even when I used to study for the CA exam, I used to do the same way. While solving any practical question or maybe descriptive also, I used to write and practice. And I used to look at the clock. And suppose I have estimated 20 minutes for one answer, I used to ensure anyhow I complete it within that time. So like this, if you do daily written practice, by the time you reach the exam, your speed also will increase, plus you will be able to write legibly in the exam. Because many times students say, like after the exam starts, first 1 hour goes in catching up the speed, because they wouldn't have done sufficient written practice in the exam. So for most students, it has happened like first 1 hour goes in catching up with the speed, and then by the time they start writing fast, the exam time is over. So if you do not want to face this type of stress in the exam, please do written practice every day. Then the fourth error noticed was neglecting theory question. So most of the time students do not study theory question. So it is very important to study theory as well for each of the chapter, because theory also might be asked in the exam. The fifth error noticed was skipping mock test. So mock test build exam readiness, improve time management and identify weak areas. So they are very essential for serious preparation. So actually you should just not write the mock test. You should analyze your answers also of the mock test paper. So the ICAI will host the answers of the mock test paper, right? So you will have to compare your answer with the ICAI answer for each of the subject and see like what error you have done, whether it's presentation error, conceptual misunderstanding, or you didn't study any topic at all, or for practical exams you didn't write the formula correctly, or you didn't write the formats correctly, or were you unable to complete the paper within the 3 hours time frame. And for law based paper, it is very important to check whether you have quoted the section numbers and provisions correctly. So mock test paper are very important. So please write them in the exam like condition and analyze them also seriously. The next error noticed was writing unnecessary answer. So what most students do is do not read the questions correctly. The question asks something and the students write something else. So please read the questions carefully with an open mind, because sometimes it happens that like similar question might come which is there in the study material. So suppose a similar case scenarios come. We just read the case scenario and we are like, oh, we know the answer for this. But the final question might be something else. So please read each and every question with the open mind. And in the questions, there will be some verbs like define, analyze, evaluate, quote, solve, so on. So whatever the question is asking, we have to write that itself. That's why it's very important to read the question correctly. The next common error noticed was taking wrong figures. So now suppose in the question paper there is some amount 50,000 and we are taking it as 5,000, or we are taking it as 5 lakh. So the entire calculation goes wrong. Not only this, when we are calculating something in the calculator and we are writing it in our answer sheet, we should ensure we write the correct amount. Plus when we are carrying forward the amounts from one page to another page, one account to another account, we have to be very careful. Then the next error noticed was most of the students did not answer all the subparts at one place. So sometimes it was noticed like first students write question number 1A and then they write question number 2A. Then again they come back 1B. Don't do like that. So if suppose there are 3 subparts, question number 1, A, B and C, you can write A first, C and B. But all the subparts relating to question 1 should come at one place itself. So now suppose you are answering question number 2 and there are 3 subparts A, B and C. You know answer only for A and C, you don't know the answer for B. So what you do is answer question 2A, then answer question 2C, then leave a page, 1 page or 2 page, analyze and leave a page for the question number 2B. And then later on when the time permits and when you remember the answer, come back and write. So it's very important to write all the subparts together. That is one after another. And the next error noticed was like whichever stationery you use in your exam study leave practice, carry the same stationery, because your hands would have already accustomed to the same calculator, same pen. Because sometimes students use different stationery for practice and different to take in the exam. So that might also lead to change in the speed. So it is better to carry the same stationery. So I hope you found this ICAI webinar insights useful for your CA Inter Advanced Accounting preparation. Also do check out the PDF study plan given in the description and the pinned comments below. If you implement these strategies consistently, scoring 70 plus is absolutely achievable. If this video helped you, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends who are preparing for CA Inter, and also subscribe to my channel for more exam strategies and preparation tips. All the best for your preparation. Study smart, stay consistent and aim for distinction. I will see you all in the next video.